Welcome back. In this video, I will tell you about Japanese coins worth money. Well, this is Japan coin, 1972 Olympics, sold for 130,000 Japanese yen. This is also a beautiful coin made from gold and it is sold for 1,600,000 yen. This is also gold coin from Japan and it is sold for 520,000 Japanese yen. Next is also a gold coin and it is sold for 210,000 Japanese yen. Well, this coin is made of silver. It is trade dollar 900 and it is sold for 700,000 yen. This is also made of silver and it is from Japan and it is sold for 400,000 Japanese yen. Next is 416 1 yen 900 Japan coin, sold for 540,000 Japanese yen. This is also a Japan coin. There are dragons on the obverse side and it is sold for 210,000 yen. It is 50 cent dragons coin and it is sold for 31,000 Japanese yen. Well, this is 50 cent and there is a sun or a flower on the obverse side and it is sold for 20,000 yen. And this is also a Japan coin made of silver. There are two peacocks on the reverse side and it is sold for 15,000 yen. Now this coin is also made of silver and there are dragons and sun and it is sold for 42,000 yen. Now this is 20 sen and there are dragons on the obverse side and it is sold for 86,000 yen. This is also 20 sen and there is a sun on the obverse side and it is sold for 20,000 yen. Now this is 10 sen dragon coin and it is sold for 16,000 Japanese yen. This is 10 sen sun coin and it is made of silver and it is sold for 32,000 Japanese yen. Well, this coin is also from Japan and there are dragons and sun. Well, this is sold for 28,000 Japanese yen. There is an inscription on the obverse side. And it is 5 cent dragon coin and it is sold for 11,000 Japanese yen. It is also 5 sen and it is a Japan coin. There is a sun on the obverse side. Now this is 2 sen and there are dragons and it is made of bronze or copper. Well, this is 1 sen and it is also made of bronze or copper and it is sold for 48,000 Japanese yen. This is also 1 sen and there is sun on the obverse side and it is sold for 22,000 Japanese yen. Well, this is half sen dragons on the obverse side and it is also made of copper. Well, next Japan coin is made of bronze or copper and it is 1 ring. There is a flower on the obverse side. This is 10 sen and there are two peacocks on the reverse side. It is sold for 3,900,000 Japanese yen. This is also a beautiful coin and it is sold for 31,000 Japanese yen. This is also a very rare coin from Japan and it is sold for 62,000 Japanese yen. This coin is yen, 100 yen and there is a peacock on the reverse side. It is sold for 36,000 yen. This is 100 yen and it is made of silver. It is sold for 22,000 Japanese yen. This is 50 yen and it is sold for 11,000 Japanese yen. Well, next is also 50 yen 42 and this coin was sold for 7,000 Japanese yen and there is a hole in the center. It is also 50 yen and it is 62 number and it is sold for 8,000 yen. Well, next is 10 on the upper side and there is a building on the reverse side. It is sold for 22,000 yen. Next is a coin from Japan. There is a turkey on the upper side and a temple or a building on the reverse side. Now this coin is also from Japan and there is a hole in the center. It is sold for 11,000 Japanese yen. Now this is one coin and there is a plant on the reverse side. It is sold for 7,000 Japanese yen. This is 100 yen 1884. Now this is Tokyo, and 76,000 was the selling price. This coin is about 100 yen and it is sold for 14,000 Japanese yen. This coin is also dragon coin and sun on the reverse. It is sold for 260,000 Japanese yen. Well, this is a beautiful gold coin from Japan and it is sold for 160,000 Japanese yen. This is also a gold coin with inscription on the obverse. It is sold for 5,200,000 yen. This one is sold for 1,100,000 Japanese yen. It is ancient coin. This one was sold for 820,000 Japanese yen. And it is also made of gold. Well, this is a square coin and it is an ancient coin of Japan, sold for 62,000 yen. This is a rectangle coin with flowers and inscription. Now this is sold for 27,000 yen. And this is also a rectangular coin and it is sold for 280,000 Japanese yen. Next coin is also from Japan and it is made of gold. It is sold for 72,000 Japanese yen. Now this is an ancient Japanese coin and it is sold for 210,000 yen. There is a hole in the center. It is also ancient Japanese coin with a square hole in the center and it is sold for 50,000 yen. Well, next is also an ancient coin from Japan with a hole in the center and it is sold for 16,000 yen. This coin is sold for 32,000 Japanese yen. It has also hole in the center. Well, this is also a whole coin and they sold for 37,000 Japanese yen. Next is also an ancient coin and it is sold for 19,000 Japanese yen. Well, next is sold for 19,000 Japanese yen and there are inscription and a design on the reverse side. Well, this coin is sold for 86,000 Japanese yen. It is an ancient coin. And it is also an ancient coin with inscriptions and flowers on the obverse and the reverse, sold for 33,000 yen. It is also an ancient coin and it is sold for 185,000 Japanese yen. Next is also an oval coin with inscription and hole. It is sold for 13,000 Japanese yen. Now this is a circular coin with a hole in the center with inscriptions on both sides and it is sold for 12,000 yen. Now this coin, there is a line on the obverse side and inscription on the reverse. It is sold for 31,000 Japanese yen. Well, this is a beautiful coin and it is sold for 44,000 Japanese yen. This is also a very beautiful ancient coin from Japan and it is sold for 6,800 yen. This coin is sold for 9,000 Japanese yen. It has also a rectangular hole in the center and it is very beautiful. Next is sold for 23,000 Japanese yen. It is also very beautiful and it is an ancient coin. Now this coin is also very beautiful and it is sold for 12,000 Japanese yen. Next is sold for 90,000 Japanese yen and it is made of gold and there are inscriptions and flowers. Well, this is an ancient coin and this was sold for 42,000 Japanese yen. This is also very old Japanese coin and it is sold for 9,000 yen. Well, next is sold for 10,000 Japanese yen. It is a circular coin with a hole in the center. And this is sold for 16,000 Japanese yen. There is a flower on the obverse side. Now, next is an oval type of coin with a hole in the center and there are inscriptions on the obverse and reverse, sold for 58,000 yen. This is also rectangular coin with inscriptions and engraving and it is sold for 125,000 yen. This coin is also an ancient coin and there are inscriptions on both sides, and it is sold for 15,000 yen. This coin is sold for 14,000 yen. There are inscriptions on both sides. Now this coin was sold for 15,000 yen. It is 1 yen for 16,900. Okay, thank you. Please subscribe.